Welcome to another episode of Verena City. We're looking over our central plaza in the middle of our town towards the entrance of the city, and it's very nice and busy. But if we turn around, of course, this side is still very empty and bare. And that's one thing I want to take care of today, is expand the city towards this side of the map. So let's go out of the cinematics here and quickly pause the game to see where we stand. We do still have lots of electricity available, water still okay, garbage no problem, healthcare, death care, probably at some point need another cemetery, but for the moment it's fine. We still do have some fire issues. I think we probably should put down another firehouse at some point, but can wait a little bit. Same goes for police station. Probably I want to put down a large station on this side of the map as well. And let's quickly look at education. We did reach the milestone where there's a big demand, or where there's the start of the demand for university, where we have a very big demand. So because education is very slow, I do want to take care of this in the beginning. Now we pretty much have three options to take care of this university demand. We can build the regular university that can take 4,500 students, which will take care of our entire demand. We can also build a campus, a trade school, or we can put down a couple of these faculties that will also house some university students, 800 each, which will also do the exact same thing like the other two. Now, is it possible? No, it's not. I was wondering to squeeze the university somewhere around here. So how do we do it? I'm not sure, because my plan is to build a university campus on this piece of land here, which of course is not available to us at the moment. And I also think our city is way too small to build such a big university. I do want to have some high density first, which we can then connect to this part of the map as well. So the trade school campus is not really an option for me, so I'm thinking to just putting down a university like this in the beginning, and then later on build a campus and delete this university, and maybe just build one faculty here and there to take care of some local demand. So this university here I just saw will fit in here. So I think for the moment, as a temporary solution, we're just going to do that and build a university here. Does have water? Yes. So of course this is not ideal. It's also not so pretty, but it will educate some of our citizens so that we don't have any problems in that regard. Now, second thing I want to do is extending a road out from here. So like our main arterial continues on this side. And then I will talk about how we will continue this layout. First, I remembered that here I never upgraded this to highway road. So let's do that right away so that this is also taken care of. So we have a proper entrance to our city finally, after 7,000 people had to move in through this awkward city entrance. Now, as I said, I do want to expand the arterial from here, but this road is in the way, so we quickly have to delete it, and then we are just going to come out like this. I'm not sure about the length yet, and then we can put back in this road. I do not want to hook this up because the intersection will be way too close. So just like this, people can also walk over, which is very nice. Now, maybe we can even upgrade the road like this, so that we have a pedestrian crossing here, which also will allow people to move around the city a little bit better. Now, what we could also do is surround the school with a fence. So we have a little bit a more defined area of our school. So let me try to do that. Can we put in a fence here somehow? Or is this not possible? Fine, it's not, then let's just do it like this then. Come out with the fence, then go behind, and then also enclose this part we have here, this basketball court, and finish the fence here. Of course, I could have used the angle tool, but I think it's fine. And that will just make this high school look a little bit more organized or a little bit more planned. And of course, we can also put in a row of bushes and maybe one or two of those trees just to make this area look like we actually planned this out. For the moment, I think I'm pleased how this looks. Let's just try to squeeze in one or two trees here as well. I think that looks quite nice. Some more decorations. Right, that's perfect. Now, how do we want to continue this layout? I was thinking about quite many options, and to be honest, I'm still not sure how I want this to look. I do, of course, have a plan for the overall theme here, or the overall layout, which I will explain right now. So I do want to take the highway from here and have it come through, pass through this peninsula and then go onto this side here, because I do want my high density area around here, which means I do want the highway coming through like this, connecting up all of these parts of town. So what that means is we need a highway interchange around here. And I do have an asset that I built myself. So, and this could fit around here if we make space for it. Which means that we will have space, or will have given opportunity for people to also come directly from here and get into this side of town. That's my overall idea, which I think if we set this up already, that will allow us to then build the town or the roads around it. So let's do that and actually build a highway or interchange here. So I am going to take away all of those trees because we do not want them to count towards our tree count, and also they're in the way. So I'm just going to delete all of this and then place trees as soon as we decorate. Like this. And let me think about the highway a little bit. I think it would be good if the highway crossed over here where there's a short distance. So let's clear off some space and see where the highway can cross over the river. Probably we do want to quickly draw out this so we have a 90-degree angle towards our main arterial, so everything looks nice and symmetrical. So let's come over the river here and go over here. So we know our highway interchange has to be on this side, and this is going to be one of our two highway roads. Now, of course, we can see how this will look. This actually gives us an okay bridge, I think. So let's see that we can build something. This does give us a pillar or one of these things, which I'm not sure if I like it. Can we at least copy this on this side? Yeah, I think that's fine. And then let's go over and come through here. So this highway is cutting through this entire part of town. And then let's upgrade this. Yes, good. How do we like terraforming here? Not so ideal. So let's quickly delete all of this and actually quickly see that we can have some terraforming coming through here for our highway, so we don't get any funky business around there. So let's come through like this. That will also introduce some kind of interesting terrain like this. And then, of course, we do need to landscape this a little bit so it doesn't look so extreme. So let's come down like this. See if we can do something with this. So we have a nice plane for our highway to come down. And then we do have this slope for our highway to connect up to this highway here, which I think I am going to try. So let's come back with our highway roads about here. And let's already turn this around to the correct direction so we don't mess anything up. And we are going to build a highway interchange here, which I will improvise or build an interchange like this by myself that hopefully doesn't use so much space. For the moment, I think I will leave it and then clean it up later, because of course I'm at the moment not really that much pleased with how this looks, but yeah, this is very ugly, but it's functional, so let's just ignore it for now and see what kind of interchange we want here. And I think we could do a sunken interchange here. Maybe that will look nice, although I also want to factor in a railway line around here, so maybe actually my custom interchange here, which I built myself, so you can also easily build it yourself if you want, I think will be sufficient. So let's try to put this in here. How does this look? Yes, I think that's fine. And then we can hook this up, although it's not perfect. Although here it does line up quite nicely. So I think we will probably leave it like this. Yeah, this is fine. I think it will look okay enough for me. So as I said, this is something I built myself, so you can easily also build it. So no custom asset. So we keep the gameplay vanilla and without any workshop assets. Right, so we did build another way into our city from this side, which is great. Let's quickly see, no traffic light. Also up here, no traffic light, which is perfect. And now let's see how we can hook up this road with some roads, the grid. So I do want maybe a nice road with trees that will somehow link up with this. So let's quickly see. Maybe here is about in the middle. So let's come out like this. And this is kind of going to be our arterial road or a grid that's around here. And we are going to do the same thing on the other side. So we just have one intersection on this main road. So we keep it clear and the traffic flowing. And then we can see how we continue our grid. As I said, I also want to factor in some rail in here. So I think also this part of town is going to be hooked up to this train network, and I will build a train station into our town here. Right, so that's good. I think I do want to buy the next tile so I can access this coastline. So let me do that. I think we have tiles available. Let's purchase. That also gives us access to the rail line, which is good. So later on we can hook up the railway as soon as we unlock the trains, which is quite soon actually. So let's continue building up our city. Enough talking and more building. So zone the last couple housing zones here. Do I want to do this? No, I do want to do it like this. Because we do have, as you can see, quite some demand as well. So let's fulfill some of this housing demand and run the game on a slower speed so we can think about how we want to build up this grid here. I think actually we could just continue a simple grid. This actually works out perfectly like this. And then hook this up like this. And have some larger housing zones here. And also do that on the other side. Let's come out like this for the moment. Because I also want to continue our tram road along the side of the river. So we will do that as well. Also, so many things I want to do. Let's continue with our key wall. And of course I cannot remember, was it that one? No, it was not. It was the one, this one. Let's come out with our key wall and continue up to the edge of the map. I can of course clean this up later, and then we will continue tram road along this key. And of course here the highway will come through, so we are going to end here until we know what will go on here. Because maybe I'm just going to take the tram track through there along the train track as soon as we have it. So, but just so I have a border. So let's hook these up. This straight, no. This. And yeah, this looks fine. And of course on this side we can kind of see if we have the same, or can have the same pattern. So should be possible to keep this pattern similar like this. Yes, and then also here we can soon reach this, hook up like this, and that will give us a lot of zoning space to think about. Of course, also we will need to delete this power line so we can access this zoning space here. Before I forget, let's expand the key wall through there. Of course, in the last video, I was referring to this as a pier, but of course, it's not a pier, but a key. I hope you forgive my lack of knowledge. I do not have sea access where I live, so most of those terms considering or concerning water, I'm not an expert, to be honest. So let's hook up the water and let's make a district and try to maybe have something interesting in this area here. I think to also kind of have a change in texture and change in looks, we will make this a self-sufficient neighborhood. Also this side as well, which I think will make the city look more interesting if we have some different styles. So this is a big district coming down to there, Bedford Hills. We have a good name suggestion. Of course, feel free to suggest something. And we are going to not have a policy, but give them the self-sufficient building visualization. And let's zone some of those houses, shall we? So I am going to keep a distance 1 so we can have a path coming through. And let's zone generously because we have some demand. And let's also think of some commercial zone that's around here. I think I'm going to use this space here because we do not have space in between there. So I am going to do that. Now I do need to turn off the junctions, or the junction, only one, and provide some services. Now, because we have some kind of service area around here, I'm thinking to connect this up. Does this line up? No, that's unfortunate. Could we do it like this maybe? Yes. And let's do industrial roads. And then here we can put down some more services around there. So that's like this. And here we could, for example, put down big firehouse and a big police station. Of course, I spent all my money. So let's quickly speed up the game a little bit and wait for some money to come in. Of course, highway roads are quite expensive. So the highway roads I put down used up most of our savings. That's fine because we can save up quite quickly. So let's also think about some parks. For example, dog park like this. I will also think through some power. Then we can have a nice park like this. And of course also on this side. This will also influence or impact the people living down there. Very good. Then of course we will also need some schools in these regions or areas around here. We have an elementary there, so maybe We can put down an elementary on this side as well. And let's have some commercial alongside here, still central to our main square. And soon we have enough money for our big firehouse that we want to put in here. That should take care of some of our horrible fire coverage. Provide some water. And as soon as we have the money, I'm also going to put down the big police station on this side as well. And that will allow us to live without sorrow around here. Now, power will probably be more ideal if I hook everything up like this, so I can delete those power lines here. Like this, and I just see that all of our new housing has actually used up quite a lot of our electricity, so I must prepare to put down another one of these electricity facilities. And what I also wanted to do is put down a service road to our water pumping stations down there. So let's do that. And let's come up like this. And then curve around and hook this up. So we do have service roads to those water pumping stations. Now, of course, our electricity has sorted itself out for some reason. Maybe something was on fire, I'm not sure, but that's perfect. Now, these do bring a lot of trees with them already, which is nice. So let's continue this pattern. Also around here. We can then bring through some pathways later on. And of course, we can also stone some more around here. I think that will look very nice. We also saved up a lot of money, as I said before. That's very quickly. Police headquarters. And we can do that like this and hook up the power. There we go. We can also hear a lot of houses upgrading, which is also very nice. How is our coverage? Oh, we still haven't put down child health care center, which I think here would be a good spot because there is a lot of coverage. So let us do that. That will, of course, also help upgrading the houses. And let's have some elder care. Now, we do not want to put it next to the cemetery, but I think it will be nice to give some access to the river to our elders, because of course they do want to enjoy a nice view of the river. Now I think the power, yeah, we need to take care of the power. How much does this cost? Let's just do it before anything goes wrong. There we go. No problem. Power sorted. Where was I? We wanted to put down elder care. So can we find a good spot for our elder care? I'll just to put it here. Then it will also have some tram access, which I think will be fine. It will also help upgrading the houses, and we have a lot more demand, so let's generously zone more houses, and maybe also on this side, why not? Let's do it like this. And I think we will put down some more commercial on our main area here. Actually, I do not want houses here, just notice, but I do want some more commercial. And that will kind of complete our main town square. Right. Our industrial demand is constantly being taken care of by our industry here that still has a lot of working spaces, so that's also very good. These need more raw materials, but I mean, we have so many going around, so that should take care of itself. What is our garbage processing like? I think I will put down 1 or 2 incinerators. I think maybe we can expand this landscaping a little bit, so I can put down a second one, and those will of course also help. And now this garbage processing area is complete, and we will need another one as soon as we don't have enough anymore. Very nice. I think for this episode, that's gonna be it. We expanded our city into here. Well, I will of course also continue our pattern like we have it here with the trees, the fences, and the walking path in between here, so people can walk a lot. I did use the bicycle highway, or the bicycle road rather, for people to use the bicycles, which actually reminds me, one thing you can do pretty much from the start is look into your city and do a citywide policy to encourage biking, because really there's no reason why you shouldn't just have those people who own a bicycle to use it. So I will do that now that we also have some bicycle path. And I think, yeah, we can leave it at this. I will put down some of these walking paths and run the game on a slower pace. So next time maybe we will reach the next milestone, which will allow us to put down some trains, which I'm very, very excited for, also because I do want to use the new content creator pack train stations, which I haven't used and tried out yet. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Verena City. I hope you enjoyed it, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.